If you've played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe online recently, there's about a 100% chance you ran into a player using this combo, Waluigi on the Wild Wiggler. And you probably asked yourself, why this combo? If you were curious, you probably went to check its stats, then asked yourself the same question again. Believe it or not, this is the best combo in the game. The most important statistics in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe are definitely differentiated from those of the other Mario Kart entries, but I hope that after watching this video, you'll have a better understanding of why this is the best combo for online play, and why everyone uses this combo in the first place. So without further ado, let's start giving her, bud. Before getting into a deep dive on the specific stats on this combo, it's important to mention that, unlike the other viable combos you see online, there are no extreme losses on Waluigi with the Wild Wiggler. To put it into perspective, this combo's weight stat is the worst stat of this combo. But even so, this combo is still heavier than the second most popular combo in this game, Waluigi on the Biddy Buggy. As for the other stats, this combo is very well rounded altogether, with an enhanced acceleration stat, which is also the same as a hidden stat in this game, Mini Turbo. Mini Turbo is the most important stat in this game, and you can pretty much always refer to your acceleration stat to see what the Mini Turbo stat of your combo is. But the point I'm trying to make here is that this combo stats are at least alright, with an enhanced acceleration and Mini Turbo stat. Now let's talk about stats a bit more in depth. If you want to maximize your Mini Turbo stat in this game, you need to use either the rollers or Zur rollers as your tires. Waluigi possesses an extreme in speed and weight, while the rollers possess extremes in acceleration, handling, and of course, Mini Turbo. The Wild Wiggler is essentially your best bet at finding a middle ground between these extremes, with decent speed and weight and slightly superior acceleration, handling, and Mini Turbo. When you put it all together, like I mentioned earlier, there are no extreme losses, but even more so, this combo has the best speed and Mini Turbo combination out of all of the viable combos in this game. This game is almost all about item play, probably more so than any other game in the franchise. I'm bringing this up because of this combo's solid speed stat, along with its high acceleration and Mini Turbo stats. This combo has the speed to be fast enough online, to the point where you don't have to go out of your way to chain Mini Turbos like you may have to with Waluigi on the Biddy Buggy. And if you get hit, you'll be able to recover pretty quickly due to the high acceleration stat. Bringing it all together, this combo possesses the best balance between speed and Mini Turbo in the game, along with at least above average stats for every other stat on this combo. I briefly mentioned this earlier, but on a most case basis, this is the fastest combo online in terms of base speed. I just talked about how this combo has the best balance between speed and Mini Turbo, and now is the time to put that into perspective. This combo has a high enough Mini Turbo stat to execute Mini Turbos and have them last for a long period of time, and this combo is also fast enough to the point where you don't have to rely on your Mini Turbo stat. For example, let's compare a 10-coin Waluigi Biddy Buggy to a 9-coin Waluigi Wiggler on Toad's Circuit, taking the exact same lines. You can literally have one less coin than a Waluigi Biddy Buggy and be just as fast as that player. That goes to show how fast this combo is relative to the other viable combos you'll encounter online. This combo thrives on tracks with long straightaways, since you can just drive forward and focus on items, and isn't at a significant disadvantage on more technical tracks. On some of those tracks, it even has an advantage. My point though is that the base speed of this combo usually makes this combo the fastest combo online, and with that, you won't have to worry about going out of your way to drive fast. You will just naturally drive faster than everyone else not using your combo. These last 2 points for the most part have nothing to do with the stats. There are 3 other karts or bikes that have the exact same stats as the Wild Wiggler: the Silver Arrow, the Flame Rider, and the Standard Bike. So that begs the question, why does everyone flock to the Wild Wiggler? I was confused about this for some time, but after putting some thought into it, the answer was clear. This combo has the smallest drifting hitbox, and its hitbox in general isn't even that bad in the first place. Let's put it into perspective. Take a look at how much of the kart or bike is exposed while turning, in contrast to the Wild Wiggler. This is especially noticeable on the Silver Arrow and the Flame Rider. It's not the worst on the Standard Bike, but the Wild Wiggler is still better in this respect. Even more so, on top of the Wild Wiggler having the smallest drifting hitbox, it is also the easiest of the 4 karts or bikes to handle. As you can see here, the Wild Wiggler can handle turns much more efficiently, and honestly, from my experience, I think it's just easier to drive. This point is definitely a slight advantage to the Wild Wiggler, but if you're going to use one of these 4 karts or bikes, you're going to want to use the Wild Wiggler. If you're picky, use the Standard Bike. Whatever. My final point is simple. Waluigi. Why Waluigi over the other characters in his weight class, DK or Roy? Well, especially on the Wild Wiggler, DK and Roy take up more of the screen than Waluigi does because of how much skinnier he is. This is a very specific thing, but we're comparing 3 characters here. Why not use the best one to give you the most track awareness possible? You might just have an easier time seeing items in good spots with Waluigi as opposed to Roy or DK. But that's just one reason. The main reason, which is partially because of the aforementioned reason, is because everyone uses Waluigi online. If you aren't playing in a free-for-all format, your opponents will find it much easier to single you out from the others if you aren't using Waluigi, especially Waluigi on the Wild Wiggler. I personally use Wario Scooty online, and just look at how easily I'm singled out from everyone else in the room. Being singled out has its advantages though, in the sense that your teammate will know where you are in the minimap, so you could avoid getting blued. But for the most part, people are hesitant in a 2v2 format. They want to ensure that they won't hit their teammate if they are aggressive with their items. If you aren't on Waluigi, hell, even if you're on Waluigi Bitty Buggy, you have a very high chance of being singled out. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Everyone uses Waluigi because, unlike Roy and DK, you can see the most amount of the track possible, and on top of that, since almost everyone uses Waluigi, you won't be singled out. That wraps up why everyone uses Waluigi on the Wild Wiggler in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you'd leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. You know, I find it so jokes how despite making a whole video essentially praising this combo, I refuse to use it online. Wario Scooty for life, baby. I can't deny that Waluigi Wiggler is the best combo online, but I can sure as hell choose not to use it. You know the vibes. But yeah, gotta state the facts here. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and keep on giving her, bud.